because that guy's on.
Well,
Just shut the fuck up.
well, so
I know he's eating really healthy.
To really get deep into the 9 ancestral tenets, what I'll share back with you, and I'm just gonna face it head on. I don't touch this stuff. I've never done this stuff. I'm not gonna do this stuff.
What stuff?
The ass full of that he talks about.
You've never taken.
Never taken steroids. I've never done PEDs other than prioritize, execute, and dominate in life.
What's up, Desktopers? Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are back with another video. And today we're discussing the Liver King. Brian Johnson is his real name, basically being exposed by More Plates, More Dates. Derek over there doing an awesome job of putting that together. There's full video to this as well, which goes for a little bit over an hour. The link to that is in the description below. And this is huge news because he does actually say as well in some videos on Derek's video, in other interviews, that he was making, or he is making, over $100 million a year through all his businesses. So this dude is making bank, and he did have successful businesses apparently before, going viral with Liver King, and obviously all the things he does, his primal stuff, all that. But he's made a considerable amount more money the last couple of years going all in on this, and part of it obviously is that he claims to be natural the whole time. So that doesn't appear to be the case based off what we've seen in these emails that basically Derek himself actually got. So, sorry guys, I'll just have a quick drink. But he got emails. Actually, I don't know when exactly it was. We'll go into them. So Derek was actually approached by Brian Johnson, this guy here on the screen, Liver King, to actually coach him. And someone else actually contacted Derek from More Plates, More Dates separately as well, which is, it's pretty evident, and it is a specific email. It's not a Gmail. It's the actual supplement company that I believe he promotes or owns. So yeah, it's pretty damning sort of evidence. So we're going to get into that. I'll skip a little bit forward in this video I made where you can see, obviously he does as well. From these emails, you sort of get to learn his real diet as well. And we also get to see his full stack, his PED stack that he sent through to this coach, who I don't know who it is, but we can actually have a little bit of a guess at who this coach is because of the time zone that he did say in one of his emails. So let's get straight into this one and basically get to these emails, discuss it, and see what Derek from More Plates, More Dates had to say. So let's look at it here. So you've got basically here, forwarded message from Brian Johnson, Liver King. This is not the ones to actually Derek, but Derek did get some emails. It says Liver King at ancestralsupplements.com. The date is, this is 29th of June, 2021. Okay, so this is a little bit more recent than I thought it was going to be. So this is to this next coach who was contacted, I believe, after Derek. And you get to see an email here. I'm actually going to disappear myself because I do have a messed up eye right now, and I can't actually see that full screen. So I'm just going to, how do I remove myself? There we go. Okay, so I'm going to read this to you guys. So this was from Brian Johnson to this supposed coach, and it does say, subject confidentiality. It says, so stoked, thank you. What's a good day and time for you to have our consultation? I live in the Republic of Texas, Houston, so I am CST/CDT. I believe that's 12 hours behind you. So that gives us an indication of potentially where this coach is located on the planet, and I'll basically discuss where that is a little bit after this. This is an absolute priority for me, so we'll cancel almost anything planned to make this happen with you. My preferred times are 7 a.m., 8 a.m., or 9 a.m. Wednesday CST, but I could easily do 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. almost any evening. In your time, I believe that's 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m., or Thursday, blah, blah, blah. So it goes over times there. Please check the maths on that. Since that's outside your regular hours, I'm happy to compensate, blah, blah, blah. Let's dig right in. As it relates to my goals, I'm the face of several brands, including Ancestral Supplements, and I've just hired a team to build the Liver King brand with the goal of 1 million followers by March 2022. And Derek did say in his video that he thinks he actually well exceeded this. It says, I'm pouring ridiculous resources into making this happen, including host a video guy that will be living at my guest house and a film crew that will be filming 7 days a month. Stated, I have to stay in great effing shape year round, maybe take 1 to 2 months off a year. here's a clip of where I'm currently at, and he looked pretty decent at the time. So his physique, obviously, many of you guys believe that it is not natural, and that's the general sentiment from most of you guys. So let's go on, and I believe there's more to this email. Yep, so read this bottom bit. I'm working out 35 years. I know how to eat, train, rest, and recover. I even have a hard shell hyperbaric chamber at my house. But as I've reached my mid-40s, it's getting harder, and the back fat effing kills me. To support these exhaustive efforts, I've recently started taking Omnitrope, the 5.8 milligram vials from Empower Pharmacy. And he goes 11K. For those who don't know as well, that's HGH, or growth hormone. 11K USD per month, which that's a huge amount of money. 11K a month. You think about how much that is per day. It's actually pretty insane. But obviously this dude has a fair bit of money. For my new dose, which is 4 vials a week, 16 vials a month. I don't know if this shit is grossly overdosed or what, underdosed, sorry, or what, but I've been taking 2 vials per week, and since my IGF-1 is only 139, which is low if you are doing that much, see recent labs below. My doctor told me that I could double it in my effort to get to upper 200s, low 300s. She thinks I could be a hyper non-responder, question marks. I'm wondering if taking an F load of other peptides, I could be confounding the results and possibly interfering with efficiency. Well, he said efficacy, but I think it means efficiency. I don't know. For instance, here's what I'm currently taking. So we get into this dude's cycle here. Hopefully you guys can still hear me as well, because I'm not seeing too much in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Give the video a thumbs up and everything while we go through this. So let's get into his exact cycle. So this is what he was taking at the time. So it says here, IGF-1 LR would be LR3. I've been taking this for a year. CJC with IMAP. I don't know what exactly, maybe Imperellin or whatever it is. I'm not sure, because a lot of people taking the non-DAX CJC. Been taking this for a year. Believe this is MK677, butyramorin, which is MK677 isn't actually a peptide. That's actually a, what do they call it? Completely escaped my mind at the moment. Someone let me know in the comments anyway. I've been taking this for 2 months. So it's MK677. So that basically tells the pituitary to produce more growth hormone, because obviously he's not getting that. His levels up, taking the Omnitrope, which Derek actually did say it's 10, I think it's 10 mil a day. Not 10 mil, 10 IU a day of actual this Omnitrope, which is a huge amount. So that's massive. Test sip 0.6 per week cruise dose. So that's 120 milligrams, I believe, a week. And depending how it's dosed. And the Deco, same amount, 120 milligrams per week. Been taking this for 3 weeks. And Winstrol, 50 milligrams a day. Just started this, been taking this for 3 weeks. So obviously, he talks about being the liver king, but obviously taking orals, that literally goes directly against it. And we actually get to see his supplement stack as well. But yeah, you can see some people in the comments now. Justin says, never combine GH and IGF with CJC and Imperellin. Sorry, can't speak right now. So you can see here, there's a bit more info. My blood sugar every morning is around 74, and insulin is great because I'm metabolically fit as F. Or so I think. Some docs think my insulin is too low, but I think it's because I'm very insulin sensitive, because I work out like an effing maniac. I train twice a day, 6 days a week, and walk 10 to 12 miles on my rest day. So that's a big walk. Can you help me dial in the PED and growth hormone protocol to maximize results? You will see that my healthy labs back on 5 of 5th of the 12th look pretty good, except IGF and GH are always non-existent. My recent labs show some serious concern, probably the Winstrol, but so obviously showing concern. And we do get to see his labs coming up soon. Derek is releasing another video on that. So make sure you guys tune into that one. And I'll also report that on this channel too. So do subscribe and hit the notification bell. But we're discontinuing that in 2 weeks anyway, talking about the Winstrol. SHBG, lipids, E2 are all effed, which obviously isn't good. But aside from my joints, I feel pretty good. I'm 5'7" inches, lean, 43-year-old. Would like your coaching for the next 12 months and happy to pay in advance. I believe he's just recently turned 45. I think I saw that online. He was 45 years old, but Derek did say he's 44 now. So I'm not sure if he's 44 or 45, but it was since working with this coach, he actually got a lot bigger. So we get to actually see his diet and sort of daily plan, which is sort of cool to see because a lot of people don't know if to actually believe the Liver King and what he says and all that sort of stuff. So we get to see it for real. I'll put myself back up on the screen now, even we've got a terrible eye. Basically, the coach sends out a questionnaire. The red is the answers, and he says, wake up at 6 a.m., work out at 7 a.m. and 1 p.m., always train fasted. If I'm not going to my ranch, I don't leave my compound. I live on 15 acres on a lake and have everyone come to me. My ranch is 500 acres of paradise. I don't go out to eat. I don't go bowling. I don't go to the movies. This is my routine. So it's pretty cool. So a lot of the stuff Liver King actually has said to people is actually true. So he's not actually BSing you about everything. I think it's mostly about the actual, his health and all that sort of stuff. He says he's so healthy because he does this, and when he does actually have some messed up blood markers. So let's go through his daily routine. 6 a.m. wake up, walk to the lake barefoot, sun gaze, and have morning coffee, review the books for my companies. 7 a.m. workout 1. I follow West Side Conjugate. Sorry, the writing isn't too good here. It's not very clear. And customize the program as needed. I take the first dose of Omnitrope right before this workout, and Derek worked out that's 3.3 recurring IU of GH there. 9 a.m. eat meal 1, 45 grams protein shake with cold mineral water, 60 grams of dextrose, which is random because that's literally a fast-acting sugar. But I suppose it is post-workout as well, but we don't hear too much about that. 100 grams whole Greek yogurt, 30 grams maple syrup, 4 farm fresh eggs, 5 grams creatine, 10 grams collagen, 30 grams of almond butter, 20 grams of ghee, 5 grams of Redmond salt. That seems like a lot of salt. 2 ounces of red meat. So a huge amount of fats there as well. So, and a decent amount of carbs. So obviously this dude trains really hard, so he needs plenty of replenishment because he seems like he's sort of non-stop, even on his rest days. 9:15 to 1 p.m. meetings and phone calls, occasional nap from 12 to 1. 1:30 p.m. workout 2. This is Olympic lifting, skills, and Metcon. I take the second dose of Omnitrope right before this workout. So he's 6.6 recurring IU of GH already deep by 1:30 p.m. Then at 2:30 p.m., eat meal 2, 45 grams protein shake with cold mineral water, 60 grams of dextrose. So he has a post-workout carbs, 100 grams whole Greek yogurt, 60 grams maple syrup, obviously plenty of carbs there, 4 farm fresh eggs, 5 grams of creatine, 10 grams collagen, and then sort of the same combination as before. But then he says 2 to 4 ounces of raw liver, 30 grams raw bone marrow. So you can see there, obviously, he does include the stuff that he does preach. I mean, it's not all the same, and he is having way more carbs than he sort of mentions, but it's still something there. So 3 to 4:30 meetings and phone calls. 4:30 p.m. eat meal 3, 12 ounces of full fat red meat, example ribeye, ground wagyu, or short ribs, and 100 to 200 grams of sweet potatoes. So not a super huge meal apart from meat, a lot of meat there. Then after that, 5:30, 6:30, phone calls, emails, meetings. 6:30 p.m. to 7, walking with wife. So he does cardio as well. So he's already 2 workouts and then cardio in. 7 to 7:30 p.m. emails. 7:30 to 8 p.m. spend time with boys. Usually go to the theater room, watch Marvel movie, and play games. I actually like that he has that scheduled in there as well, but he actually does make time for his kids too. 8:30 p.m. Take third dose of Omnitrope, wait 30 minutes, have 30 grams protein shake and 2 ounces of red meat, and get ready for bed. So he does have some really big meals earlier in the day, but 9 p.m. is bedtime. So he seems really disciplined. And it actually mentions about his sleep. It says, how many hours of sleep do you get every day? My sleep is not great. I go to sleep no problem, but wake up a lot from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. This is why I stay in bed 9 to 10 hours, so that I can usually get around 8 hours of legit sleep. So I wonder if he does take any sleep supplements or anything like that, or if he's sort of considered it or done it in the past. It'd be cool to get some true answers or real answers off the Liver King about all that. But we've got plenty more as well in some emails to discuss. And we've got some ones sent directly to Derek from More Plates himself. So that would be cool to see. So I'll get rid of myself again off his screen. Do you feel this is basically questions from his coach. The one I think he contacted after Derek from More Plates, More Dates says, do you feel you had stubborn fat areas that didn't go away? If so, what areas? Yes, back fat, love handles, nowhere else. Do you start to hold water during the day? So it basically looks the same throughout the day. Which diet or foods you're currently eating? Which foods don't you like? He sort of asked a few questions about food. He said, I effing love my foods. I pretty much eat keto/carnivore unless I've just worked out. If I've eaten the carbs, I'll eat 100 or so right after my workout. My blood sugar is usually 70 to 84 every morning. If I need to lean out, I stop eating post-workout carbs for 4 to 6 weeks, and I get shred, which makes sense. You definitely get shredded after that. I respond well to raw eggs, raw liver, red meat, and dairy. I don't eat any vegetable oil. So if the dude actually is healthy, like he actually does what he says, and like he looks like it as well. Like even if he is on PEDs, which obviously it seems like he is, allegedly is at least by this anyway, then he still is great for his age and for how busy this dude is. Derek mentions that entrepreneur wise, he's a busy dude. So credit to him in that regard. But obviously the issue is the PEDs. Do you feel you respond better to carbs or fats? What kind of diet do you follow in the past? And have you ever done carb cycling or keto? My energy is better with fats, and my cognition is better with fat. I add carbs post-workout for the muscle fullness. I do carb cycling, keto as needed, filming, vacation, etc. So yeah, a lot of people do that. Then basically another question about what foods they eat that aren't bodybuilding related, and it says none. It says, even when I eat sushi, I have a sushi chef, sorry guys, come over to make to my specification. If I ever have ice cream, my wife makes a colostrum ice cream made out of first milk colostrum, egg yolks, vanilla extract, and a little maple syrup. But it says you should come over and fuck that shit up with me, which is hilarious. So he actually seems like he sort of is who he is in many ways, apart from obviously I think that he's said that he's natural at some point, like he had to make a stand one way or the other because he's going to get asked about it nonstop anyway, and obviously preaching the whole liver side of things and eating and the whole ancestral side of things, then obviously saying that you take PEDs as well is probably not going to look good on it, and they probably made a decision as a company, because it is a company essentially, he's a brand, that they're going to take that route. And then once it went so far and people weren't believing it because he appeared to be making gains and he was pretty jacked the whole time, that you're already so deep, you can't then just say, oh, come on guys, I lied. I mean, he can do it, but a lot of people are going to sort of question that. Now, which supplements are you currently using? Yada, yada, yada. Then he says ancestral supplements, thyroid. So he does, he's saying this to a coach. He's not putting this out there for no reason. But he says NAC, which is N-acetylcysteine, and TUDCA. And Derek did point out, obviously, they're ones for the liver, and they are for liver health. Because imagine if he had some sort of liver issue and it got out due to his PED use, that would be even more so catastrophic than these sorts of things coming out. Now, this was actually to Derek from More Plates, More Dates, from, I believe, someone who worked, it says here, for the Liver King, allegedly. So it says, subject HGH dosage video idea /intro. And this one is, it's blanked out there for privacy reasons. It says, hey bro, I reached out to you on Instagram, realized I should probably hit you in a few places. I work with Brian, Liver King Johnson, owner of Ancestral Supplements. We recently secured him a HGH prescription, and he is taking quadruple the dose with little benefit. It's Omnitrope, and then it says Somatropin. Brian has some questions and ideas about why he may not be responding to the HGH, and I think it could, sorry, it's hard to read this, you could pull some good shit out of your conversation with him for content. So it appears that they're actually the Liver King was gonna talk about PED use publicly. And maybe after this all comes out now, maybe he will, but it's going to be rough because the whole image of Liver King being natural, and now it's just, he's not, at least allegedly he's not by these emails, which was dated 28th of June, 2021. So very interesting by that. There's more to email. He says, can I hook y'all up over email? And in brackets, Liver King lives on his inbox, or however works best for you. Skype video may be an interesting change of scenery for him. Lol, if you want to get paid, name your price, bro. I think you'll agree after talking to Brian, that is a connection itself is priceless. It says, look us up, all that sort of stuff. So that is crazy interesting, because maybe if Derek actually responded to this, the Liver King would have been completely different, and he would have been a guy that was open about his gear usage, but then saying, we need to eat liver. And I think that would be cool because it would be real, like it'd be 100% real. And the fact that this has come out now just doesn't sit well, I guess, in terms of PED usage and claiming natural, obviously to sell more products. So super interesting. And this was another one, I believe, directly from the Liver King to Derek from More Plates, More Dates. So this is how Derek sort of confirmed it, and he found these emails only recently, I believe. So it says More Plates, More Dates. It says new consultation request. That's probably an automated thing, I think, off his website. And Derek actually said this came through, I think, to him, and this page was actually like it was actually found, but it wasn't actually on his website. So the web page probably still existed, but it must have been found through like a Google search or something, and the link directly clicked because it's not on Derek's website and it's not linked on Derek's website in any way as well. So Brian Johnson, who is the Liver King, says from Brian Johnson, Liver King at ancestralsupplements.com. Message body, it says, I need to get shredded. I have more energy to get my brain working better, but I overtrain approx 12 to 14 workouts a week, and I can't stop. Sorry, guys. I've played around with peptides and would like to explore real GH like Omnitrope and others. I sleep well, I eat well, I even have a hard shell HBOT, cold plunge, sauna, etc. at my house. I need next level, which is why I'm reaching out. Can you reassure me that all information discussed I think it means with confidentiality, effing love your work. So this was actually probably sent, this was sent before the last one. So he sent this a month later or whenever it was. Let's go back and look. It was, so May, you got May, this was sent, 2nd of May, then you got the 28th of June. Between the time of this one directly to Derek from Brian Johnson, which is the Liver King himself, they secured that HGH prescription. So they went ahead with it before actually hearing back from Derek, and seems like they reached out to this other coach. So super, super interesting. Now, he did say actually in one of these emails somewhere back, not there, he did say something about the 12, here we go. I believe that's 12 hours behind you. So if he's on Texas time, that lines up with literally where I used to live in Perth, Western Australia. I think that's maybe 1 hour off. So you're looking at Thailand, you're looking at like that sort of area. Who else lives in that sort of area, like Japan, Thailand, that could potentially coach the Liver King? Because he did reach out to Derek from More Plates, More Dates. Now, the one name that sort of does come to mind immediately is Tony Huge, because he does live in Thailand. He would be on almost exactly that time zone, because, if the Liver King does live in Houston, Texas, it seems like Tony Huge potentially could be that guy. I don't know. Gary Stridham is a former IFBB pro bodybuilder that is out that way as well. So I don't know whose coach is. Guys, let me know in the comments if you are watching live or if you are watching a replay as well. I will get back to these ones. If you can think of any coaches that potentially the Liver King could have actually reached out to, where it would have, where this person could potentially live in Thailand, in Western Australia even, but I don't think so. But obviously it's someone he's reached out to, probably seen a fair bit, and Tony Huge does fit that bill, but maybe he was being helped by Tony Huge, maybe he's being helped by someone else. But I would love to actually find out who that coach was. We don't know the information because obviously it's been done in confidence. Steve is also in Thailand. Who's Steve? Let me know, guys. That's from Larry Feldman. Steve who? Oh, Rigorous Steve. Yeah, Rigorous Steve is a guy on YouTube as well. So potentially it could be Rigorous Steve. I did forget he was in Thailand. So Tony Huge, Rigorous Steve. Yeah, Rigorous Steve, sorry. Yeah, so that would be interesting. So it could be Tony Huge, could be Rigorous Steve. Yeah, Rigorous Steve. I don't want to get that wrong. Both guys that are very experienced with PED usage. Vigorous, yeah, it is Vigorous, not Rigorous. Vigorous Steve. So yeah, it could be one of those guys, could be someone else, but yeah, it is very interesting. And I think that this is going to be a bigger story, and I can't wait to see the response from Liver King. If he does say anything, if he avoids it, let me know what you think he'll do in the comments, and what do you think about these emails and everything being revealed And will more come out now, you know? Are they ab implants? Are we going to get something from like one of the surgeons or something like that? Who knows? But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. If you did like this video, give the video a thumbs up, smash that like button. I'll put myself back on the screen for the last little bit. Subscribe as well, because we have a ton of Mr. Olympia coverage coming up, including interviews with guys like Brett Wilkin and Chad Nichols, the coach of Big Ramy. We have that coming up very soon as well. So make sure you stay tuned for that and do subscribe. Anyway, guys, that's it for me for this video. For myself, Xavier Wills, this is Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are out.